Chapter 53, Veritatem Dilexi, Commencement. The results are back for our exams and our theses. Tilly, summa cum laude. Me, magna cum laude. Tilly says it's only because I've been busy with boys that I didn't graduate summa like she did. You've been juggling two of the country's most eligible bachelors from opposite ends of the social strata. That's quite a feat. She laughs, dragging me out the door so we can go graduate. I take a bow. White dresses, black robes, triple strings of pearls around our necks. We hold on to our mortarboards as we leap into the air, hand in hand, singing our last songs of sisterhood in this shared pursuit of higher education, the path we've been on together since the late 1940s. We sing verses from the chant we've sung so many times. Pallas Athene, Thea, Mathematos Kaistenus, Par Hemies Imen, Acque, Acque, Makar Thea, Acque. We laugh as we catch our breath. Impressed, we still know it by heart. Jesus, can you believe we've been together almost every day since 1949? Tilly says, suddenly struck by it. It's going to be a change for us. This real-life business, all this life we will go and live. She throws her hands up. Promise we'll always be close. There's no seriousness behind it, only affection. I promise. I answer without thinking. I dance across the lawn, calling, I am Spartacus, which makes no sense at all because if there's someone I am not, it's Spartacus. I run into Topper's arms. He graduated last week, and we've been celebrating him until today. Hey, old friend, Tilly says, kissing him on both cheeks. Where's Buddy? Parking, Topper confirms. He'll be here in a minute. Cornelia's with him. Hurrah, I sing. The old gang assembled. Ready to go live your lives for real? Cornelia comes bounding down the lawn, Buddy trotting behind. I know I'm not, I say, hugging her. You? We link arms and head towards the cloisters. Cornelia clutches her pearls. Jesus, no, she squeals. I am so ready, Tilly says, sounding like an actual adult. She winks at Buddy, kisses him hello, and takes his hand. Of course you are, baby, he says. They walk ahead, and Topper, Cornelia, and I exchange a look. Another engagement, another wedding. And this one needs to be arranged quickly. The slight swell beneath Tilly's white dress is not built for scrutiny. Excuse me for living life to the full and pursuing my passions, was Tilly's response to the test. Buddy's was an impromptu but suspiciously rehearsed and poetic proposal. Looks like I'll be the last spinster in town, Cornelia says. I couldn't be more delighted. No offense. She smiles at Topper, then me. No honeymoon for you, I say, tapping her nose. Boop! Thank God, she sighs. And also, you. A few hours later, none of us is a college student anymore. We're graduates, adults, on our way out into a world designed, quite literally, for people like us. A world picking up speed, teetering on the edge of a new dawn. Everything will be easy for people like us. For us, nothing will ever come at a cost. That's what we've been told. The boy has moved into Mrs. Moore's old house at Graceland. I've seen photographs of him at the new gate, alone, yet watched by adoring crowds on the other side of the fence. He's begun filming his next movie. He keeps climbing. I haven't spoken to him properly in ages. Not since he called in May, convinced of his impending doom after aspirating a cap from his new Hollywood teeth. He barely had the energy for the call, phoning from his hospital bed, insisting I rush cross-country to hear the whistle of the cap in his lung with my own ears. Before it was too late, I asked to speak to a doctor. The doctor assured me he was fine, no danger, easily handled. When I laughed it off, the boy hung up, then called back to tell me I obviously didn't care enough to expressway myself to his bedside, then hung up again. I sent flowers, books, a card. I begged forgiveness, told him I'd been careless, that I was sorry, then laughed and sent kisses by post. For graduation, he sent a telegram and flowers. He said my present was waiting for me in Memphis, at the new house. I should stop by and open it in person. He wrote nothing about himself, nothing about his life now. He didn't ask about mine. He only wrote he was proud I finished college, that I'm the cleverest girl he knows, which doesn't say a lot. That was all. And I wonder, are we losing our friendship? The connection we swore would last forever? I'm no longer sure. Still, I feel him in my bones, the way I felt him before I even knew him, before the feeling had a face. I open myself to it now. Let him see me there at commencement on a bright June afternoon. I let myself drift into his mind like a light, jolly fog. And I see him having lunch on set in Los Angeles. I see him sitting on his bed at the Beverly Wilshire. I hear him sing to no one. I don't care if the sun don't shine. I feel him thinking of my room, of us as teenagers. A smile moves across his face, warm, familiar. He gets up, calls for one of the boys, combs his hair in the mirror. "Go get him, little girl," he says to no one. He grabs his jacket, whistles, rushes out into the California sun. I blow a kiss to the sky. I will, baby boy, I will. Tilly gives the commencement speech. Of course she does. She takes the podium with all the confidence of the girl I've watched become a woman. Her speech is perfect, rousing, thoughtful, ambitious, a little pompous, a little luminous, Tilly distilled. She bows, we cheer, and then commencement is over. We pose for photographs, move our tassels from one side to the other. 4 years over and a whole lot of learnin' richer, Cornelia says. And in the midst of it all, I know I will always be anchored to the boy, whether near or far. Whether we marry other people, whether we live in different worlds, something between us is fixed. And I look at Topper, predestined in his own way, steady and warm, good and right. I know with him too. The sky is clear and blue above us. Privilege smiles down. I smile at the boy in my mind, see him eating burgers with the boys, laughing about girls and upcoming dates, knowing he is smiling back at me. I look around at my core group, Tilly glowing, Cornelia joking, Buddy being witty, Topper at ease, and I think of my emotional backbone, Miss Mary and the boy, and even Mabel. All the people who knew me before these did. I think of Mr. and Mrs. P, of all the people in Memphis who shaped me, the music, the dust, the heat of the Mid-South, sweet tea, porches, passions, Sam Phillips, a bona fide genius, Mr. S. and Carrie, England, America. The continuity of it all, I don't want to lose it. Any of it. I miss the boy so suddenly that I forget to breathe. I let the feeling rush through me. I hug him from where I am. I feel him leaning into the comfort of my shoulder where he sits in a diner out west. I feel him kiss my forehead from afar. We meet in that moment, away from the crowds, our odd magic at full strength, a magic we never needed before because we were always close enough to touch. And I think of England and why I'm here, how my grandfather placed me in Miss Mary's gentle care, in a place I needed without knowing, Memphis, the liminal gateway to the deep south and to this life. A place alive with color and sound, where the world was about to crack open with possibility. How lucky I was, delivered from grief and the heaviness of that cold, unhappy childhood in England. My England now exists mostly in the old gardens of my memory and the nightmares of the drafty country pile. My parents' sadness, suffocating everything, and then America, and meeting the boy on my first day of school, Miss Mary's protection. My America, my direction, the boy. Always the boy. My perfect American dream boy. Chapter 54. My baby left me. I'm at the Ritz in Paris with Tilly and Cornelia. We're here for the final fittings of Tilly's wedding dress. It's July, and Paris is sweltering, humid, and close, the kind of heat that makes me regret coming at all. Every time I step outside, I feel coated in the city's ever-present soot, sticky and faintly unwashed. I'm lying on the bed, half asleep, when the telephone rings. I rush to answer, certain it's Topper calling from Newport. "Hey, baby," I chirp, before the other voice even has a chance to speak. It's the boy. "Birdie?" he asks. "How did you know I was here?" I say, genuinely puzzled. "I got a PI on you, so I always know where you are," he replies, matter of fact, as if announcing the weather. "You what?" My blood runs cold. "You have what, exactly?" He clears his throat. "That ain't why I'm calling," he says. "I need to talk to you about something serious." "And you don't think spying on me is serious?" I demand, fury rising. "Not really," he says, almost amused. "Please, can we talk about that another time?" His voice softens to a whisper. "What is it? Are you all right?" I ask, suddenly struck with worry. A long pause. Then Judy died. I hear him weeping down the line. "Who is Judy?" I ask gently, trying to comfort him. "The actress from my last movie. Jailhouse Rock, you know." "Oh man," I say, my voice lowering. "I'm so sorry. What happened?" He tells me she died in a car crash. He weeps and weeps, inconsolable, and I sit listening, momentarily forgetting the private detective. He talks about the lovely young actress he really liked, that she had just married, had so much ahead of her, and was so talented. He tells me about their banter on set, how much fun they had filming together. I soothe him with little murmurs. "I know, and I'm so sorry." Then he suddenly asks, "Are you really going to go through with all this engagement palaver?" "I most likely will," I say quietly. Tells me he's going on a date tonight with a pretty girl George has set him up with. I think he has a funny way of dealing with grief, but each to their own. Instead, I ask about her. He tells me she's cute and pretty, has been on top 10 dance party, and he's excited. Her name is Anita, and she's a real lady. Not like you, of course. You're a real lady. He grins. But you know what I mean. She ain't nothing like those teenage girls you don't want me seen. Once again, I'm reminded of his questionable relationship with those 3 wild ones from Memphis. The ones he keeps insisting are just fans. That it's all perfectly innocent. That he's never done anything with any of them. "Ah," I say. "Okay." I can hear him smile down the phone. But I circle back to the PI. "Honestly, baby, stop having me followed. It's creepy and wrong." "You're being annoying now," he says flatly. "I think you're the one being annoying," I reply. Just then, Tilly comes through the door, and I tell the boy I need to go. I hang up before he has the chance to say anything else. Chapter 55. Got a lot of livin' to do. Tilly and Buddy are married on the last Saturday of July at Grace Church in the city. The bride wears a loose-fitted dress for obvious reasons. No one comments, not even the catty social pages, whom Tilly's father has quietly bribed into discretion. The reception is a tasteful affair at the Pierre, the guest list kept to 100, family, close friends, and the high society princesses and politicians who happen to be in Manhattan in July, between trips to Europe. It's a genuinely happy occasion. The party ends early because the bride is tired, but no one remarks on it. I'm moved by the love in the room, the witty speeches, and the comforting web of relationships a girl as superficially prickly as Tilly has managed to gather. She is happy. It isn't for show. She and Buddy truly are in love. It all worked itself out, Topper whispers as we leave the reception, walking hand in hand back to his parents' home on the park. Tomorrow, the newlyweds will go to the vineyard for a quiet honeymoon. Tilly prefers her beaches private in her current condition, and no one asks questions. Society closes ranks around her, and I'm glad her reputation is once again protected. "Are you happy?" I ask Topper the next morning as we stroll through the park. He smiles, drawing me close. "Couldn't imagine being any happier," he says. "And you?" "Miserable," I joke. and run ahead of him. On Monday, we pack the car and drive up to the Newport house. Our first summer as adults is relaxed and joyful, an easy breezy affair. Mrs. Montgomery, waving us off, reminds us it will get serious soon enough, so we ought to enjoy ourselves while we can. When we arrive, there's a package waiting in the hall, an early copy of the boys' August épée just for you. Topper shakes his head. He's your friend. You deal with him, he says, carrying our luggage upstairs. I ring the house in Memphis to thank him and chat. It's Mrs. P who picks up. She's jolly and warm, telling me about her chickens, the grounds, and how lovely everything is now. And are you at home? Will you drop by? She asks. Unfortunately, no. I'm in Newport, Rhode Island, I tell her. But yes, I'll be home for my birthday this year, as usual. Please come for supper at the house, she insists. And where is the boy? I ask. Oh, he's out with that actress just arrived from Hollywood, she giggles. Who is it? I ask, but she only laughs, calls something out to Mr. P, and rings off with, Come home and see us soon, Miss Birdie. It's a sunny day, and we walk down to the ocean to wash off the journey from Manhattan. I offered to take Topper out for dinner so he doesn't have to eat my pesky grub. He accepts gladly, and I drive us to the dining room at Castle Hill Inn. What will we do with these long summer days? I ask as we drink wine and enjoy the cuisine. This, he says, stretching out his arms. Exactly this. I'd forgotten how marvelous it is to have nothing to do, I tell the boy one afternoon when he telephones the Newport house. I'll have to take your word for it, he drawls. Ain't never tried it myself. Where's Topper? He asks. Out shopping for groceries with the maid, I say. No, Miss Mary? He asks, surprised. No, Miss Mary, I reply. She's got the summer off, but she's at the Memphis house. You can go visit her. Oh, I will. I'll go this afternoon, he says, pleased. Did you listen to my record? He asks, suddenly impatient. I did, I tell him. You are a genius. I loved it. He sounds irritated. Well, it was meant to make you think about your decisions. I laugh. I guessed as much. Any regrets? He asks. Plenty, I say. But I can't hang my hat on you, for obvious reasons. Suppose that's so. I'd need a real special girl for that. Stop being an arse, I say. Tell me why you adore me instead, just the top 20 things. He laughs. 1, Miss Mary's cookin'. 2, he trails off. You're funny, you're clever, and you're beautiful, he says. Don't much care for it when you get bossy and demandin', though, he sounds annoyed. Tough luck, I say. What else? He roars. Why's everything today gotta be about you? He demands. I didn't call to talk about you. Let's get back to me. We both laugh. Mama says you'll be home for your birthday. He sounds genuinely pleased. About that, I hesitate. I don't think I'll be able to make it. Oh. He goes quiet. Suit yourself, he mutters, his tone shifting. By the way, it's getting serious between me and Anita, he says, almost defiantly. Anita? I repeat, though I know exactly who he means. Then, sorry, buddy, there's something on the line, I say, and hang up on him. I take a book and head down to the beach to worry about nothing at all, just enjoying the present. Ah, summer. Cornelia and I are at the Jane Pickens Theater, gobbling popcorn and sipping sodas, watching Loving You. I'm oddly excited to see it. Dolores Hart was cast partly because someone thought she resembled me, and I'm curious to see how much of the boy's real life made it into the film. It's nothing like I expected. Cornelia doesn't even notice the resemblance, or that Dolores is meant to be me, because her character is nothing like me. So that's not a win for me. You've been there. You've actually been there, Cornelia says, watching the boy strut and sing as Deke Rivers. It seems unreal now, doesn't it? She turns to me, earnest. Not really, I say, and toss a handful of popcorn at her. Catch. She nudges me. But seriously, look at him. She points at the screen, and several girls in front turn around to shush us. I apologize. Cornelia sinks lower in her seat and whispers, "He is the sexiest hillbilly man I've ever seen." Funny, I never noticed when he was around. Isn't that strange? She looks to me for an answer I can't give. I shrug. Something must be wrong with you. I've always been able to see it. I mean, Topper is gorgeous and all, she goes on, but this guy is sexy and dangerous and, she groans. Come on. Shut up, Connie, I whisper. Let's watch the movie. And don't underestimate Topper. She chuckles. Sorry, but can I have this one now, if you don't want him anymore? No. Please? It's not up for negotiation. He's my first love. He's off the table. Spoil sport, she sighs. I soften. He would love you, though. He likes funny. She smiles. But he doesn't like obstinate, I add. So there's that. After the film, as we head out for ice creams, she says, "You could have just lived in sin with him, you know? Are you ever going to stop this?" I ask. No, Cornelia says. But you could have. I'd still be your friend, you know. It's not too late to drop it all and go back to the dirty, sweaty backwaters and be his little greasy hillbilly baby. She laughs, then sighs. Fuck me, he is one sexy motherfucker. Cornelia Grace. I dance down the street with her. Language. She runs ahead into the ice cream parlor. Ah, fuck off, she calls back. I flip her the bird. A man walks past, alarmed. Cornelia points at me and says, "Look at that woman. She's had sex with 2 men in her life." He doesn't look shocked. He glances between us and says, "Is that it?" I've had about 100 more, and struts off, bobbing at his hair. Cornelia is speechless for once. "Pistachio for me?" I call after her, waiting on the bench outside. "Yes, ma'am." She laughs. "I need cooling down," she calls from inside. On the walk back to Cornelia's parents' estate, we see President Eisenhower's motorcade and wave enthusiastically. "Would you look at that?" I say. "Rather," Cornelia replies. We stop outside Doris Duke's house, wondering what goes on inside Rough Point. Cornelia knows everything. She grew up Duke adjacent. She's got a camel, a pool of Turkish tiles, and never goes to anything she's invited to. "Honestly, I respect it," she says. "Society is a pain in the arse," I say. "Look at you," Cornelia says, eyeing me. "Haven't you grown into a pretentious little rebel?" I tell her I was born that way. She thinks, then smiles. "Remember when Tilly had an affair with that married man at Miss Porter's?" I remember, and we both burst out laughing. "Jesus, I forgot about that," I say. "You've got ice cream down your front," Cornelia scolds. And I do. "I am such a lady," I laugh, trying to clean myself up. "I can't believe you'll be 22 next week," she says, looking at me like I'm 10. "You need to grow up, baby." "You do," I shoot back. "I'm not the one getting married next year," she retorts. "No," I say. "How do you feel about that being left on the shelf?" Cornelia winks. "I feel good. Gives me a chance to seduce your cast-offs.